Comic Boom.
Hey guys, Comic Boom here to review Wonder Woman Come Back to Me #1. This is written by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, and it also has art by Chad Hardin, who is known. He did a lot of the Harley Quinn art when Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor were working on Harley Quinn. And Alex Sinclair does the colors, and Travis Lanham does the letters. This was the Walmart Wonder Woman, and my understanding when I asked Jimmy Palmiotti on Twitter how many issues this is, apparently this is, I believe, 5 issues long, is what he said. And so this originally was printed again in the Walmart specials. Here in Canada, where I live, unfortunately, we don't get any of those Walmart comics. So I'm very glad that DC is doing this, especially since. I love comic books, and especially Wonder Woman. I like to give it a shot, and I'm a big fan of Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. Whenever they're at Comic Cons, they've been to the Calgary Expo more than once, and I usually see them every time I can when they do show up in Calgary. And they're really great people, great creators. They're very friendly, and it's always great to meet them. So I wanted to check this out. Now. Straight up, this is not a complicated Wonder Woman story. It's actually fairly straightforward, but quite frankly, that's kind of why I liked it. This was an enjoyable read. Is it absolutely smashing spectacular? Does it say something different about Wonder Woman? I would say no. It sort of reinforces sort of the traditional classy take on Wonder Woman, that she's an Amazon, she's strong in her beliefs, she's loving, she's caring, she's got a connection to the animals, and she is willing to put her life on the line, and she's got a great relationship with Steve Trevor, and this is a feel-good story, and it ends on a traditional cliffhanger, which you can really see why this is really perfect for a Walmart comic book, because it reads so well, and it's it's nothing that's necessarily memorable, but I like it, and I will say that I'm enjoying it. I actually enjoyed this more because it was more of a straightforward take on Wonder Woman that I'm currently seeing in Wonder Woman under J. Willow Wilson. Although J. Willow Wilson's Wonder Woman is improving, it is getting better. This one here, right out of the gate, I really enjoyed this Wonder Woman. This straight up starts with Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor on a beach. They're enjoying each other's company. They actually have a functional relationship, which was nice to see. And they have some fun with each other. They're romantic with each other. And essentially, Steve Trevor is they're both enjoying the beach before Steve Trevor has to go and do an experimental test flight. He ultimately ends up doing that experimental test flight, and his plane disappears, and Wonder Woman has to go look for him. So that's kind of a straightforward plot. But before that happens, Wonder Woman rescues a bunch of forest firefighters. There's a huge forest fire, and firefighters are in need of rescue. Wonder Woman rescues them, and at the end of the rescue, she celebrates with them. It's reminiscent of Wonder Woman. Of Wonder Woman celebrating. It reminded me of the New Frontier, Jarwin Cook's New Frontier, where Wonder Woman drinks with the female natives after defeating the tyranny of men, and and Superman breaks in, and she says, "There's the door, space boy." Superman doesn't make an appearance here, but I know Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor were very good friends with Darwin Cook, and I wonder if that was deliberate or intentional to have Wonder Woman sort of, make a grand entrance into a pub and to drink and celebrate and drink beer in celebration with the other firefighters after they successfully put out the fire. Anyways, it was really a lot of good feel-good moments here. When Wonder Woman eventually goes, she makes her way back to her place. Etta Candy is staying at her place while she's in between places. She hasn't found her own apartment yet. Etta Candy's staying at her place, which sort of interrupts some intimacy between Diana and Steve Trevor. Diana finds out that Steve Trevor's missing. Etta Candy, of course, has her connections in intelligence, I believe, and she's aware that Steve Trevor's test flight went awry. He's testing a new low nuclear test fighter jet, and in any event, there seems to be him along with Steve Trevor along with two other of his co-pilots, who are two other pilots that are escorting him. So there's a total of three fighter jets They all sort of disappear. There's a storm cloud that arises, this mysterious storm that isn't on any of the radar, and it sort of swallows up Steve Trevor and the 2 other fighter jets, and he disappears. Wonder Woman then, her and Etta Candy hop in her invisible plane, invisible jet, and they go and they end up disappearing too, and they end up on this mysterious island where the animals talk, and then they end up encountering this giant beast, lion-looking or tiger-looking beast with that is actually wearing Steve Trevor's fighter jet as a symbol on a necklace. It's crazy. That's why it's fun. This comic book had elements of everything. It was a little bit over the top, but yet at the same time it was very grounded. It's kind of what I expect a Wonder Woman comic book to be. Wonder Woman was wonderfully portrayed. She's got a sense of humor. She's kick-ass in the action. And she's got a good relationship with both her lover, Steve Trevor, and a good relationship with her best friend, Etta Candy. There's action in it. There was one funny scene that I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but Wonder Woman shows up and asks Etta Candy, "Why did you bring my invisible plane?" It was like, how do you know that your plane is there? It made me wonder, how does Wonder Woman find her plane? Does she just know? I don't know if I've ever really thought about it before, but in any event, overall, a feel-good story. This isn't breaking any boundaries, but this is a lot of fun, and I would recommend it. It's good. It's definitely a good jumping on point. Obviously, it's a first issue. It's well written, and I'm looking forward to where it's going now that they're on this mysterious island, where exactly this is going to go. So yeah, guys, check out Wonder Woman Come Back to Me. And I think the come back to me refers to maybe Wonder Woman wanting Steve Trevor to come back to her, maybe. But maybe the symbolism is more than that, or that connotes more than simply what it seems to be on the surface. Not really sure. Guys, check out Wonder Woman Come Back to Me. Follow me on Twitter at Metropolis40. And until next time, Comic Boom, out.